Hi everyone, so this is video 2. We've done our planning in video 1, so now we're going to write it. So I've already done my point. So the point is probably the most straightforward part. So you can see here, in the extract entitled The Iron Man, the author uses language to create a mysterious and sinister atmosphere. So you've addressed the question here, you've talked about atmosphere, and you've given the adjectives to describe the atmosphere. Okay, mysterious and sinister. Right, let's just mark these. Right, so we've used mysterious and we've used sinister. Right, so you'll be asked to describe how the author presents the character. So adjectives are key here. So before you even begin, you're going to have to come up with a little bank of adjectives if you want to be successful. Once you do the planning like we did in video 1, this part is just putting the bits of the jigsaw together. It's really simple. So then we're going to go to our bank of quotes. We're going to find a quote that best suits mysterious and sinister. So let me think. I'm going to have a little read, and because I'm doing this sort of ad hoc, just like you'll be doing it. So it's a real life example. I think the most sinister is the one at the bottom. So I'm going to go with that actually. So copy, paste. Right. Often I will say to you that you didn't embed your quote or you didn't weave your quote. Now what that means is ideally you want to integrate your quote into a sentence. You just don't want to plonk it into the middle of the paragraph without any introduction. So I would write here, I would weave it in here. So I would write, this is evident when the author states or writes. This is evident when the author writes, while the stars went on wheeling through the sky, and the wind went on tugging at the grass on the cliff top, and the sea went on boiling and booming. Okay. So now we need to go on to our analysis. Okay. So this, as I've said, is usually seen as the most difficult, but it's actually not really, because you're just explaining how you came up with mysterious and sinister from what was included in the quote. Right, well, let's look at the quote. What suggests mysterious and sinister? Well, I think boiling and booming does. I'm just going to underline these for the time being. You don't have to underline them. I think the wind went on tugging at the grass, because remember we said that was personification. Even, yeah, the cliff top might suggest a bit of danger. So let's stick with these two. I think are the best. Okay, so we're going to run with the idea that in these parts of the quote, the wind is personified and the sea is presented as something that's really, really sinister. Okay, so how do we start? In this quotation, and forgive me if I take time and delete things, you should be doing the same. I haven't planned the analysis of this. I want it to be as real as possible for you, to show you the process that I would go through. So I might write something and think, nah, that's too basic, and I might delete it, I might change it, I might add to it. So that's, bear with me at this point. You could, try and bear with me. So in this quotation, the author has personified. The author has personified the grass. Already, the person marking this is thinking, boom, they've mentioned personification. When it is portrayed as tugging at the grass. Okay. So you can include bits of your quote in the analysis. That's what we want. Okay, now if anybody can remember, top marks if you can, SWOT. What does SWOT stand for? Okay, so anybody remember? You're probably thinking it. Just think single word analysis technique. Get your SWAT team in there. I'm at home now, so I can do really goofy, annoying sound effects. If you're having trouble with your analysis, just think of the siren. So, switch that off, it's annoying. Single word analysis technique, or it doesn't have to be a single word, it can be a phrase. What that means is, in your analysis, you pull out a bit of the quote. Here we've pulled out this phrase, and you really dig in deep. Okay, single word or phrase analysis technique. So you're going to really analyze this. Okay, in the quotation, the author has personified the grass when it is portrayed personified the wind when it is portrayed as tugging at the grass. The word tugging. What do you think? You know, it sounds like, you know, like violent. Okay. The word tugging creates a violent image in the reader's mind, and makes us envisage the wind as a dangerous force on the cliff top. So you've got the darkness and this dangerous force. That's a bit, you know, that's mysterious. Right, bear with me. I know I'm thinking out loud. I might sound a bit crazy, but it'll all come together in the end. So then we go to boiling and booming. Okay. The author also describes the sea as, and give you a quote, boiling and booming. Now you want to get in here that's alliteration. That's like 2 language techniques mentioned in your analysis. That is the creme de la creme. You won't know how much joy that will give your English teacher. This example of alliteration conveys a feeling of this example of alliteration creates the image of the sea being a menacing and frightening force in the darkness. Right, so I'm going to go over it again because I've just been like jamming all my thoughts together. So let's start at the beginning. In the extract entitled The Iron Man, the author uses language to create a mysterious and sinister atmosphere. Good. This is evident when the author states, while the stars went on wheeling through the sky, and the wind went on tugging at the grass on the cliff top, and the sea went on boiling and booming. Okay, in this quotation, the author has personified the wind when it is portrayed as tugging at the grass. The word tugging creates a violent image in the reader's minds and makes us envisage the wind as a dangerous force on the cliff top. Good, okay. The author also describes the sea as boiling and booming. This example of alliteration creates the image of the sea being a menacing and frightening force in the darkness. Great. Now what I want to do, I think that's really good. I know self-praise is no praise, but if you wrote that, I would be really, really happy, or something of similar quality, but I want to get it firmly linked back to the question, okay? Firmly link it back to this thing that we're looking at, which is atmosphere. So let's get one more line in there to back up this example. Therefore, this quotation contributes to the, let's try not to use any of the words we've used before. Have we used menacing? Yeah, we have, haven't we? We might have to use one again. We'll just see. Let's see the tense and how does the author use language sinister? Contributes to the tense and let's think of another word for mysterious. Use your Google. Mystifying? Yeah, we'll go for that one. To the tense and mystifying atmosphere created in the extract. Right, let's have a look at this. We're going to color code it as we go along, so you're very clear about where the P and the E and the A are. Okay, so in the extract, the Iron Man, the author uses language to create a mysterious and sinister atmosphere. Let's go for green for that. Oh no, I don't want that to happen. I want it to be highlighted. Let's see here. Okay, this is evident when the author states, while the stars went on wheeling through the sky and the wind went on tugging at the grass at the cliff top and the sea went on boiling and booming. Okay, there you've got your evidence. Let's just give it a nice blue color, my favorite color. In this quotation, the author has personified the wind when it is portrayed as tugging at the grass. The word tugging creates a violent image in the reader's minds, or I would go like that, the reader's mind, and makes us envisage the wind as a dangerous force on the cliff top. The author also describes the sea as boiling and booming. This example of alliteration creates the image of the sea being a menacing and frightening force in the darkness. Therefore, this quotation contributes to the tense and mystifying atmosphere in the extract. Lovely jubbly, and we'll give that a nice reddish colour. So there's your P in green, E in blue, and the bit that should always be the most detailed in red is your analysis. Hopefully this has helped, and hopefully that will refresh your mind with regards to our old PEA that we used to do an awful lot. As I said, your question will be different. Your question will be, how does the author present the character of the Iron Man? You have to think, what do you think of the Iron Man? How do you feel about the Iron Man? That's the first thing you do, get your adjectives down. Then, the second thing you do, you go and get your quotes, like I have done here, get a bank of quotes. You mightn't have as many as I have here. As long as you have 2 or 3, that's fine. Then you have to think, how did the words in these quotes lead me to the adjectives that I came up with? Okay, so good luck with it, and Mrs. Kulhuli and I look forward to reading them. And if you could, please, could you color code them like that? Please don't use really intense colors, like really light colors, please, because it's hard to read. Like that lighter color would be fine. You're doing this on your Word document, your normal Word document, okay? Just date it and title it properly, please. Okay, I won't take up any more of your time. Good luck.